Welcome to this introduction to Vision Flex. Flex is an add-on to the Vision WMS warehouse management system. It's an Android application that runs on most recent Android tablets, and the system is constantly in development, so as newer versions are released it will support later and later versions of the Android operating system. Once you install the application on the handheld, or it could have been installed for you, you'll notice that there's an icon on the screen. Once it's there, you can simply select this icon. When you first load it up, the very first screen you will see will be the settings screen. What you will have to do at this point is add in the primary server and the backup server address if it's not there, and when you hit save you'll then be taken back to the login screen. If this has already been done for you and set up, you will immediately go to the login screen and it will be asking for a username and password. If this is a new device to your system and it's never previously been installed before or used before on your system, you will have to go and add the device into the device settings within the Vision warehousing system. What you will need is the device ID. This can be found if you use the bottom left hand button, and the device ID here, A69355, you have to add this in before you connect the device. Once it's added in, you'll be able to then log in using the username and password. The system will automatically sign you out once a day. This is to ensure that the next time you log in, it will do the standard checks to make sure there isn't a newer version that it has to install. So it will remember you for the entire day, and then during the night time it will reset and you'll have to log in the following day. If you know your username and password, you simply enter it into the screen. And press the sign in button, and you'll notice that it's syncing and updating the system and checking things before it opens the main menu. And on the main menu you'll see there's a number of items. Some of them are off the bottom of the screen, and you just simply scroll up and down to see everything. I have already pre-selected this user to be using the LW site. To select the user and the sites they're going to use, you would use the button in the middle at the bottom, the little people button, and when it opens you'll see here we've got some general settings, which site will you be using and which warehouses within the site will you be using. This is important because it could be that you're based on one site but you will only be doing picking and put away for a specific warehouse. In this case there is one site and one warehouse within the site. If you have voice options enabled, they will be shown below in the voice options section. This can be set for a user on the device, and then for that specific user you can lock their settings so that they're unable to change them. In order to lock them, you have to use the Vision warehousing user settings and then just lock that specific user, and these settings here will all be locked on the device so that they can't change them in future. The other items on the menu here are for printing, and in here you can set up the printers for specific functions. These printers must exist on the site printer setup within the VW system. If they don't exist there, they can't be used from here. And the final section is the picking section on the right. This then shows you a number of options. Do you want to see pallet quantities as the top option? What type of vehicle are you actually on? And the picking vehicle can be anything from a picker who's ground level to a fork truck, high reach fork truck, VNA high reach. You define all of this information within the warehouse system, and anything that's allowed to be shown here will be shown. Beneath that there's auto confirmation. So you have this ability that you can auto pick and auto confirm. The picking is a two-stage process. You pick the goods, you enter what you've picked, you confirm pick. You can have the system automatically confirm pick certain sizes of orders. So it could be a small order, it could be a fewer number of lines, or it could be something as simple as a bulk pick. You can set the options in the section at the bottom of the page here. And the final option on the bottom is allow free pick. This is an option we would strongly suggest that you do not ever switch on unless you fully understand the extent of this option. This will allow you to automatically select an alternative picking location rotation for stock in the event that you're unable to pick the location that's been specified in the pick. So when you do switch it on, it does come up with a warning. So it is something that I would strongly recommend you don't switch on unless you fully know what you're doing here, and if you've got any questions, please contact the support team before you switch this on. If I hit save options here, if I've changed any serious settings where the system has to log you out, it will log me out. You'll have to log in again. In this instance, I didn't change anything. It takes me straight back to the main menu. The final button on the bottom right is the exit button. So if you want to leave the application, you can push the exit button and it will close. The menu itself, we've tried to color code it, and every screen that you go into and out of will be the same color. The idea being that you roughly know where you are, so if you jump in between different screens, they'll all be a similar color. If I was to go into stock management, you can see everything in here is the sort of purple color. If I was to go into location move, everything is the blue color. So everything in the whole system is all designed around the specific colors for the specific menu options. I'll provide a brief run through of all the different options that are available to you using Vision Flex. On the top option is pending jobs. This is new functionality, and it uses the replenishment module and also location move module. So if you're using the full replenishment and the jobs and tasks are run, it will then show a number of jobs in here that are created, and you can come in here and pick up a specific job. Generally the jobs that are in here are stock movements, so moving stock from A to B for replenishment or moving them for any other reason. So generally this is where all the jobs come in. In the quiet times, if you go into the pending jobs, it will show you anything that's due to be picked and moved. Second option down is goods inwards, and you can see here there's a number of options. It covers all the goods inwards options, so whether it's an unbooked items coming in that are not booked, items are waiting on arrival, the vehicle is on site, once the vehicle's left site, checking of the goods, and then once you've checked the goods, there are two things there: outstanding put away and multi put away. We can put the goods away in various different methods, whether we take a pallet and put it all away, or whether we put away a specific individual receipt. If you're looking for an advice, there's an option to be able to find the advices, and if you're doing manufacturing put away, this is basically the bottling. So taking items from bulk and putting them into bottles, you can use a manufacturing put away. This allows you to put items away as they're being manufactured, and the system will record the location and quantity you put away, and at the end of the manufacturing process a reconciliation is carried out to ensure that the correct numbers have been put away and the correct number has been manufactured, so it's checking all the figures at the end. Returning back to the main menu, the stock management allows you to do a number of things: stock take, losses in stores, replenish pick locations, and generate move requests. The replenish pick locations and the generate move requests are the items that will appear in the pending jobs. The stock take, you can request several different stock takes, more than you can within the main application. So this allows you to do very small, very large, and various different methods of stock takes. Losses in store are items where you've damaged and lost them. The current version as of March 2022 will automatically write the stock off. In a future version that's due out later in Q3, a loss in store processed by a warehouse operative will then go to an approval screen that the warehouse manager has to approve before the stock is removed from the system. Live inquiry, the ability to do live inquiries, a rotation inquiry, a location or an order. Very simple Put in the rotation, it tells you what it is, where it is. Put a location in, tells you what's in the location, and an order tells you everything that's on an order. Location move functionality is just as it seems. You can move items around the warehouse. We have the two terms pick up, so you pick it up from one location and you drop it off in another location. It will allow you to pick up from multiple locations and then drop them off in single or multiple locations. So it's very flexible in how it allows you to move things around the warehouse. The stock condition option allows you to check requests for condition reports and also allows you to add new condition reports in. There are two basic types of condition report requests. There's an external one and an internal one. The internal one will allow you to use the camera on the device, and you can take pictures and they'll be recorded as internal only. And there's the external one where you'd be expected to move goods to the condition reporting area for a full photographic session. Warehouse picking. This covers picking and confirmation and e-fulfillment. So 3 different areas of the system are covered here. In the repick from bulk, if you're doing a bulk pick, we have a method called bulk pick breakdown. Effectively, if you go around the warehouse, you might be tasked to pick 30 orders. It will give you the 30 orders as one pick. You'll then bring those to a marshalling area, or maybe even a pallet, individual pallet area. You'll record where you've put the goods that you've picked. It could just simply be pallet 1, 2, 3, 4, or marshalling area 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the breakdown, we'll then give you the individual orders that you have to pick from those bulk picked pallets to make up the individual orders to leave. Some warehouses even use the bulk pick breakdown and do not break it down, but give it to the driver of the vehicle and say, this is all your orders, and allow the driver to then break it down into the individual orders, or just to load it up and leave. And the final section is collections. The ability to record any collection that's happened at the warehouse. So anything that's a collection order, you can record the signature in here if a signature is required, and it will allow you to record that, take that, and obviously it records it in the system and sends it off to the customer if necessary. Collections are goods that are not being delivered by the warehouse. So if the warehouse is delivering it, it's a collection. Sorry, it's a delivery. A collection can be a third party coming in to collect the goods, or it could simply be a parcel carrier. So there's very multiple ways of collections working within the system. So this is a quick overview of the main menu and access and what the system does. There are further videos which cover each individual menu option in much more detail, showing you how you would use it, how it works, what it does. These videos can also be found on our YouTube channel.